Yeah, back on Armstrong cable. And, of course, with you in the Allegheny News Sox Sports Network as Cavallero is the deep back, a side winding kick that Cavallero fields and then dropped it at the 10, but picks it back up to the 25. And over the 25, and boy, took a couple of shots at the end of that play. I think Timmy Bolden delivered a high shot. Ryan Harkness was grabbing him down low. And Bradford will start at their own 28.
And junior Brad Soltis was also in on that tackle, Ray. Good coverage by the Dogs that time. Nice kick again by Patrick Adams.
At halftime, while you were doing your halftime interview, Mike, I was talking to the guys from WESB who share the same frequency as us in Bradford, 1490, and they were saying that this Bradford team all year, their offensive line has struggled to get a good push, and we've seen that. They have talented backs, but they just haven't had a lot of yards after contact as they go from the shotgun with Coriani on a sweep, flag down. Turning the corner on the right was Coriani for a positive gain near the 33, but it's probably coming back.
Here come the flags again.
They are raining
wow.
between the light sprinkles we've seen tonight.
They sure are, and this one could be a block. Holding, Ray.
Holding against Bradford. We'll push this one back. And where are they going to mark it from? Looks like they're going to count it off. Let's see.
Almost up the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a long pushback here, Ray. Here we go. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well past the line of scrimmage.
Wow.
Oh, it's about the 22-23. There's the 23. They take it all the way down to the 13-yard line.
Well, Meadville's got to take advantage of this, Ray.
So Bradford's got to get to the 38-yard line for a first down. On first and long, Yurkowitz on a shotgun keeper. Spins off a tackle and then runs into a bunch of black and red uniforms and gets stood up at the 22 and pushed back. But Yurkowitz with a nice run through a tight seam.
He sure did, and he followed his two running backs that's using that little shotgun pistol formation and swept around the left end. Picked up a lot of yards on first down. Be about 2nd and 14, I think.
Out of the 23-yard line. Going to get to the 38. So 2nd and 15 on the left hash mark. And you called it earlier that we would see this, and Yurkowitz is in that pistol with his sidecar Aaron Fishkin in a jet series with 2 wide to each side. Coriani comes over in motion. Yurkowitz again on the option, trying to run right. Slips for seam, has the ball popped out, but right there to fall on it was number 30, Aaron Fishkin.
Boy, that's about 5 times the ball's been on the carpet tonight by Bradford. All 5 times they were able to recover the ball, but boy, they carrying that ball like a loose potato.
Might have been Justin Fishkin that fell on it, number 33, the sophomore.
Meadville is forcing the backs to cut back inside, which is a good thing. They're setting the corner a lot better today, Ray, than it had been earlier in the season.
So 3rd and 12 now from their own 26-yard line, and they stay in that jet series. Yurkowitz now with Aaron Fishkin directly behind him out of the pistol formation, 2 wide to each side. Yurkowitz throws an out to the near side to Coriani, but tackled immediately after the completion by Artrell Foster at the 38-yard shy of a first down.
Great tackle by Artrell Foster. As soon as he received the ball, Artrell hit him low. A great picture-perfect form tackle by Foster.
And the Bradford punting team comes on again.
Another reason why Artrell will be playing for Temple next year in the secondary.
Artrell, his freshman year, played a lot of defense, then moved to the offensive side of the ball in his sophomore year and has played both ways ever since. Riley takes the snap, trying to punt it to Trevor Martin, hangs up a high beauty that Martin calls for the fair catch and backpedals at the 35-yard line to make the fair catch.
And what you love to see about that, Ray, if you don't fair catch that ball and grasp it and catch it, then that ball's going to bounce 20 more yards downfield. Trevor Martin looking up when everybody's running, yelling, screaming all around him, and you hear all those things. You got to concentrate and stay focused, and that young man knows how to do it to perfection.
Right hash mark on the 35-yard line is where Meadville will get the football. Caleb Schwader, the split end, tight to the right of the formation, near the near side boundary with 3 backs, 1st and 10 minutes. Gives it to Ryan Harkness running up along the hash mark. Yurkowitz makes the tackle, but not before Harkness gets to the 42.
Nice run by Ryan Harkness, where he kind of lowered himself even lower and kind of sidestepped a tackle, and then he put it in second gear and picked up those yards. Yards and runs have been hard for Ryan since the middle of the second quarter. Those linebackers are staying home inside, so he got that on his own. That was nice.
2nd and a long 4 between the 41 and 42-yard line. Minnis will give to Artrell Foster. Spins, gets to the first down marker, and then brought down, pushed back by Yurkowitz. Had help from Pantuzo.
Good run by Artrell. Nice spinning, nice running. First down, Bulldogs.
On a 4-yard carry to the 45. Meadville on their own end of the field. We're down to 8:35 left to go in the third quarter. The clock is stopped to spot the ball. Now we'll run again. Meadville up 7-0.
It's been a fast-moving contest tonight.
It took about 50 minutes to play the first half. Short toss to Trevor Martin, getting to the edge to the 40, 35, 30, near sideline, knocked out of bounds, angled out. They'll mark him at right at the 20-yard line as Yurkowitz knocked him out.
Again, the right side of the Meadville offensive line is caving in the Bradford Owls, and Trevor Martin's got nothing but green carpet in front of him as he runs down the right sideline. Woo!
That's a 35-yard pickup for Trevor Martin.
Again, you know, if you're pinching inside and taking your fullback away, which they've done since the middle of the second quarter, that off tackle, off end is going to be there, and Trevor Martin and Artrell Foster running that to perfection.
Foster and Harkness are the split backs behind Minnis, with Martin on the left wing and Schwader the wide out. Artrell Foster trying to dance to the outside, still on his feet at the 10. Foster carrying a tackler inside the 5. It's going to set up a first down and goal for the Bulldogs.
Boy, I tell you what, that time the left side, Andrew Bosco kicked out, and Brian Grove caved in, and there was a big hole off tackle. Then Artrell did a little dipsy-doodle, little spinning, and put it all the way inside the 5.
Took Justin Fishkin for a ride down to the 4-yard line. It's a 1st and goal at the 4 of Bradford from the left hash mark. Meadville trying to add to their 7-0 lead with 7:52 left in the third quarter. Minnis will give to Trevor Martin, running right side into the end zone for the Bulldog touchdown, as Trevor Martin with his 6th touchdown of the year, his 4th on the ground from 4 yards out.
And you like to see that. Senior Artrell Foster with a touchdown tonight. Senior Trevor Martin with another touchdown. The Dogs go up 13-0, waiting the PAT by Patrick Adams.
7:42 left to go in this third quarter, as Meadville on the touchdown drive goes 65 yards. Adams now 20 for 22 on the year and drives home another one, and for the second time kicks it over the netting and out of Bender Field. 14-0 Bulldogs with 7:42 left in the third.
Another great hold by Tyler Minnis, too, and that's another area the Dogs will miss him next year. He's an outstanding holder. He doesn't get rattled when the snap is not perfect. He trusts his hands, and he looks it in, takes his time, snaps it down, and then Patrick kicks it through. And Patrick always congratulates Trevor, because a kicker realizes you have a good holder. That's part of the equation. Nice drive, Ray.
And most of the time, Patrick this year, even on his misses, they haven't been straight misses. A lot of them, there's been problems with Tyler trying to get a bad snap up.
No question. That's going to be a great weapon the rest of this year and all of next year. Patrick Adams kicking. How about that kid from where, North Carolina or something, hit a 67-yard field goal the other night?
That's unbelievable.
High school kid. He'll be getting recruited. Meadville cheerleaders throwing some items into the stands for the young fans at the game tonight.
Tim and Rocco on the southern tier of our network tonight, carrying the Titusville Grove City game. Good to hear them back on the air after a 2-week hiatus.
We want to thank Jeff, by the way, too, doing a camera work for us for the Armstrong tonight.
On Armstrong Cable and the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network. Meadville up 14-0. comes with a sidewinding line drive. And to the 20 and the 25, it's Fishkin to the 35-yard line. And that is the younger Fishkin, Justin, with the run back and a nice one to the 35-yard line.
And he was brought down by Ryan Harkness. He brought him down. Good tackle right there by Ryan. The thing about Ryan Harkness, when he hits you, Ray, you know it. You just go right down. You don't go for 2 or 3 more yards. You go right down.
See what kind of offensive look Bradford comes out with here. Do they go back to under center and a wing T type look, or do they go back to the pistol? Yurkowitz looks like he's going to line up in that short shotgun, a.k.a. the pistol formation out of a jet series. Coriani comes over in motion. Yurkowitz with a fake to him, running the option to the 40, to the 45, into Meadville territory. And tripped up, but still on his feet as he angles right to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. A tremendous run by quarterback Matt Yurkowitz. He goes 65 yards for the touchdown.
Great run. A couple missed tackles by the Meadville Bulldogs at the point of attack. They almost had him, just couldn't bring him down. That young man flew down there. What a big run. Put Bradford right back in this game, Ray.
He hasn't run the ball much in the first 2.5 quarters of this game. He came in leading the team with 460 yards rushing and 6 yards a carry. That's his 6th rushing touchdown of the year.
Yeah. That was not a great defensive play by the Meadville Bulldogs by any account.
Ty Riley looking for his 5th point after the season. A high snap. Riley into the kick. And Riley knocks it through to make it a 1-score game, 14-7.
Meadville had control of this game after they scored their 2nd touchdown. Bradford says not too fast as they go about 70 yards on a play to start their 2nd offensive series in the 3rd quarter to make it 14-7 Bulldogs over the Owls.
Just 2 plays after Meadville scores. You have the return by Justin Fishkin to the 35, about a 25-yard return, and then the 65-yard run by Matt Yurkowitz, who also, by the way, was the holder, did a great job on a high snap to get it down for Ty Riley.
Yes, he did, and now the Dogs have got to regroup and try to get another touchdown because the Bradford Owls in that pistol offense, they spread it out, right? They have 2 receivers on both sides of the field, so they spread your defense out. And when that happens, Ray, if you have a chance to make a tackle because you're spread out, you have to make that tackle. Meadville missed on 2 tackles.
A little bit like Slippery Rock's offense, the difference being instead of slot backs, you have a jet series with the 2 receivers to each side of the formation, and it worked to perfection right there. As Riley will tee it up going right to left, Meadville going left to right in the 3rd quarter. They have Schwader, Martin, and Bolden left to right along the 10-yard line awaiting the kick. And Riley approaches the kick. This one a knuckler to the left side, 17-yard line. Schwader fields at 20, 25, 30. And Schwader, he'll be down around the 30, looks like the 33, 34-yard line on the return.
Yeah, good run. Good return by Caleb Schwader. He got all the yards he could get, followed a couple blockers, and got it to about the 33.5-yard line.
And they're going to place it on the 34. So a 17-yard return for Caleb Schwader.
All right, now the Dogs have got to take their time and move it down the field. Get another 7 here, Ray.
Yeah, you don't want, with Bradford gaining confidence on offense, you want to keep their offense off the field for a little bit. Or just break a long one as Ryan Harkness got some positive yardage and then ran into a double team at the 40-yard line. Yurkowitz and Aaron Fishkin.
You know, that was a good call by Coach Filippa because that time, Ray, their tackles were taking a wide split outside to protect the off-tackle hold, and he had Ryan run it right up the gut. Got a good 5-6 yards on that run.
It's going to be a 2nd and 4 from their own 40-yard line. I'm watching Brandon Grove on the near sideline, Mike, and he is pacing up and down the sideline. I think he's trying to eke his way back into this game.
I'm sure the senior wants to get back in, have an official time here, equipment time.
Looks like they are fixing something on the chin strap and the face mask of Ryan Harkness.
Yeah, when he got hit there. Who's in for Brandon right now?
That would be Louis Crawford at left guard. So we're back to live action in this third quarter, 2nd and 4. Trevor Martin's got the first down and more. Slithers through a seam, and he's into Bradford territory. Tackled near the 46-yard line.
Now, Jacob Jagaman is throwing some good blocks out there tonight. Jacob having fun. He's come on. He's gotten better every game, and that's you want to see the progression of this team. Especially kids that are coming back next year, they're getting more and more confident in their roles.
Clock running, 6:22 left, third quarter. Meadville up 14-7 on the Bradford Owls. Martin on the left wing, Harkness and Foster the split backs. Foster gets the toss. The receiver on the left side to the 35, to the 30. Side steps right. Yurkowitz trying to pop the ball out, and he does. It's loose, and I think Tyler Minnis just fell on it at the 23-yard line. Looked like Minnis sliding in there to recover it for Meadville.
You know, Artrell was getting bumped around a little bit, and then one of our players also bumped him, and I think that's caused the fumble, but we were fortunate enough to pounce on that. Great run by Artrell Foster.
Matt Yurkowitz, the safety, was, as Foster was trying to get extra yards after contact, was reaching in for that football.
Yeah, but 33 for Bradford coming off the field. Looks a little shook up, and that's one of their running backs.
Justin Fishkin, who's also an outside linebacker. Tyler Minnis recovered the fumble. It's a first down and 10 for Meadville at the 23 of Bradford. Here's Harkness through a small hole and powers his way ahead to the 18-yard line. That's what you get with Ryan Harkness. Not much room, just power it forward.
Did he score through 2 tacklers or what? He looked like a middle of a sandwich right there, Ray, with 2 loaves of bread closing up on your sandwich. He scored it through 2 tacklers, ran right through the middle of both of them. That was pretty neat. Picked up a tough 4 yards.
I've called him the bulldozer. We could maybe call him peanut butter.
I'll tell you, he got himself really low that time.
That's a good analogy. Through 2 slices of bread, not much room, but he makes 4 yards out of it. 2nd down and 6 at the 18 of Bradford. Trevor Martin carrying it to the right side at the numbers. And he's going to have a Meadville first down as he's getting tackled at the 10-yard line. Langdon, the first one to get up for the Owls.
That was a great run by Trevor. Didn't get a lot of yards, but it got enough for a first down. Why is it a great run? He took his time to let the blocks develop that time. Good vision as he was running. And Meadville does have a first down right at the 10, Ray, so I don't think we can get another one, right?
Another Bradford player getting off the field. That's Sean Sifrin.
Meadville's starting to wear the Owls down a little bit with this potent running attack.
First and goal at the 10 on the right hash mark. Foster, Harkness, and Martin in the backfield. It's Harkness, the fullback on the carry, inside the 5, down to about the 3.
Boy, did Ryan Harkness explode through that hole. Woo. Young man knows only one speed, and that's 100% straight ahead. I think that's a perfect kid for a fullback, Ray. You don't want a lot of tippy-toeing when you're a fullback.
4:46 left to go in the third quarter. Meadville up 14-7, looking for more. 2nd and goal from the Bradford 3. Schwader, single receiver to the left. Foster and Harkness, the split backs. Martin on the left wing. And the short toss to Artrell Foster. And Foster is in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Late signal from the far side official. But Artrell Foster with his 2nd touchdown run of the game and his 10th of the season.
Yeah, ground and pound Bulldogs again. Nice drive by the Dogs. Awesome blocking by the offensive line. Good running. Good tough running by the backs. Tyler Minnis with an important fumble recovery too, Ray.
Ooh.
And why did he get that recovery? Because he didn't stand around watching the play. He was running downfield behind the play, which he should do.
Bosco to snap. Minnis gets it down. And Adams' kick is through the uprights, and the Bulldogs regain their 2-possession lead, up 21-7. 4:31 left in the third quarter on the 3-yard touchdown run by Foster.
Yeah, great job by the Dogs. Answering back on an awesome drive by the Bulldogs.
66 yards on that scoring drive, Mike.
Yeah, this was a great drive, and you can't say enough about Tyler Minnis doing what he's supposed to do. Don't stand there and watch your backs run downfield. You keep jogging downfield in case something like that happens. He did. He ran downfield, the fumble, right there to recover it.
So it's been a senior touchdown party. 2 for Foster, 1 for Trevor Martin.
Yeah, and I remember a coach a long time ago, and I think it was Coach Larry McNulty once said, if you want to watch the game, you can buy a ticket. If you're going to play the game, find something to do when a play is being run. And that is so true.
Good stuff right there. Don't forget, tomorrow, Penn State and Iowa on all 3 of our network stations. Pre-game, 6:30.
And don't forget tomorrow, folks, in this area, if you want to watch an important game, go out to Allegheny tomorrow, Ray.
Tomorrow.
1 o'clock, Allegheny playing
Wittenberg.
Yeah, that's a big game, right?
Allegheny trying to stay in the race for first place. They're a half game behind Ohio Wesleyan at 3-0. Ohio Wesleyan 4-0. Wittenberg trying to get back into the race at 2-1 after losing to Wabash. And if you don't go to the game, you can catch Vic Kress and I on GatorsTV.com.
That's right, the professor.
And the kickoff from the 10-yard line. And through a seam, here comes Justin Fishkin to the 45. Midfield, Meadville 40. Sidestepping Adams, he's still on his feet. To the 20, Brandon Grove chasing him and catches him up near the 5-yard line. Brandon Grove on a bad wheel saves a touchdown, but Bradford in prime real estate now.
Ray, I don't know what to say. This kickoff team has been our bugaboo all year long, and it remains. We just don't perform well with our kickoff team. I don't understand it this late in the year. There's no excuse for that this late in the year, Ray. I mean, no matter who we play, they return kicks.
84 yards unofficially on that return as Bradford has it at the Meadville 6. Yurkowitz with Aaron Fishkin behind him. Rolling right, looking to keep it. Trying to get to the corner, and he's wrapped up inside the 5.
Yeah, and you know what? They were outmanned us on that side, Ray. We didn't slide down, and Coach Collins was trying to tell his defense to move down. They didn't, and they were outmanned. And I'm sure in practice, they saw that in practice, but they didn't react to it. Good tackle, though, by the secondary.
And Yurkowitz with some extra effort. Minnis on the tackle. It's a 2nd and goal from the 2.
We're going to hurry up and get our player out there.
Yeah, Caleb Schwader's trying to make it out there.
Referee timeout.
An official timeout.
Alan Minnis might have got something wrong with his helmet, Ray. That's all. He's okay.
Yurkowitz, so the keeper, he got popped. The ball came out, and it's going to be a Bradford touchdown.
Jeez, that's the 7th time today the ball's been on the ground by Bradford, and every time it bounces to them. This time it bounced in for a touchdown. Well, Bradford just returns.
And I don't know if Yurkowitz, if the hit caused the fumble, but he got the ball to Justin Fishkin, who goes in from 2 yards away off that right side. It happened so fast, and when the Armstrong viewers get to watch it, they'll get a replay of it. Yurkowitz might have, as he was going down, Mike, got that ball just as a desperation lateral, the little pitch to Fishkin as he got clobbered and sideswiped from the left side.
Yeah, wow, it's a fortunate bounce, but the Owls took advantage of it.
Yeah, it either bounced to him or Yurkowitz had enough on it as the extra point is inside the left upright on a line drive by Riley. It's, again, a one-possession game. It's a 2-yard touchdown for Justin Fishkin because the pitch or the fumble, whatever you want to call it, was lateral and parallel with the line of scrimmage. But that was something else. What a strange play.
Ray, Bradford's run, 2 offensive plays and scored 2 touchdowns? Kickoff return, right?
You got the kickoff return, then the 65-yard run by Yurkowitz.
That's one offensive play.
There's one offensive play, then the kick return. So 3 offensive plays, 2 touchdowns.
And, you know, Meadville's taking their time driving the ball down the field, doing a good job on offense, gets 3 touchdowns. In this second half, we are actually giving Bradford a big advantage because we're having trouble covering the kicks.
It'll be interesting to see that on the replay of this broadcast from Armstrong Cable, whether Yurkowitz was able to pitch that or if the hit caused the ball to pop out and squirt right to Justin Fishkin.
And Ray, is baffling to me because our punt return, our punt coverage, and our kickoff return, we performed very well all year. It's our kickoff team, for some reason, just one area on special teams, been our bugaboo, come back to bite us again tonight. But we're up 21-14, 3:58 left in the 3rd quarter. The Dogs just need to answer again, Ray.
And no matter what, whether it was Yurkowitz or fortuitous bounce, somehow the ball got to Justin Fishkin.
It did. It bounced on the carpet right up to him. He picked it up and went in.
What a strange play. It's a Bradford 2-yard touchdown for Justin Fishkin.
Been a strange
as Riley
game.
Into the kick. A screaming sidewinding line drive fielded by Trevor Martin at the 6-yard line. Martin to the 25 and gang tackled over the 25 near the 27-yard line is getting up out of the pile for Bradford. One of them is Zach Zawatsky, the other Drew Tiger.
It's going to be an offensive series. It's very important, Ray, because you feel a little momentum shift right now. These Bradford kids are really pumped up. Their special teams have pumped them up big time.
Yep.
And let's see if the Dogs can continue to ground and pound here, because you know Bradford is fired up now.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line. 3:51 left in the third quarter. Meadville 21, Bradford 14.
You know, Ray, right now Bradford could be susceptible to a little play action because they're fired up on defense.
Trevor Martin and Ryan Harkness split backs behind Minnis. Foster lines up as a wing back right. Schwader single receiver to the right on first and 10. And Minnis will give to Trevor Martin running inside. Not much there. Stood up and dropped for what looks like to be a 1-yard loss. And a late flag coming in. Jacob Jagaman's helmet is off, so he has to come out. And everybody's pointing to Bradford.
Yeah, I think that's after the play was over, personal foul. That's exactly what's going to be,
Yes,
Ray.
sir.
You got to control your emotions, and that time Bradford didn't.
And guess what? Brandon Grove's back in the game. He just came in for Jacob Jagaman.
And I think that could have been what happened to Jacob. I think that somebody at Bradford has ripped his helmet off.
So Brandon Grove's going to take over at right guard, I think, unless they move. Looks like Lewis Crawford's kind of in where he's lined up in the huddle, staying on the left side.
Big penalty here for the Dogs. Pick up a nice 15 yards after the play went nowhere.
Would have been a loss of 1. Instead, Meadville gets a first down to the 41-yard line.
Meadville's got to take advantage of this now.
Clock is temporarily stopped at 3:41 left to go in the third, 21-14. Bulldogs leading. And there's the signal, and it starts to run. Schwader now, single receiver left of the formation. The usual suspects in the backfield, and Ryan Harkness gets the carry. Running off left tackle and brought down at the 45-yard line. Looked like one of the Owls got a piece of his face mask, but no flag down.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought so too. But again, good hard run by the hard running back fullback right there. Ryan Harkness picked up a good 5 yards.
Sarah and Justin Fishkin on the stop.
3:05 left on the running clock here in the third. The Dogs up by 7, 21-14.
Ryan Harkness with a 4-yard pickup. Meadville at their own 45-yard line, 2nd and 6. Minutes with Harkness and Foster split behind him. Martin on the left wing, toss to Foster. Through a big seam, accelerates, 45 of Bradford, 40, and Cavallero brings him down from behind at the 37-yard line for another Bulldog first down.
What an outstanding run by Artrell Foster, and boy, if Cavallero didn't grab his back of his jersey, Artrell still would have been running. Jacob Jagman have all kind of problems with his helmet. Coming off again, Ray. Can't get it to work. He's a little frustrated.
17-yard pickup for Artrell Foster to the 37 of Bradford.
Got to get that working when he gets on defense, though, Ray. An important cog at that linebacker position.
It was 7-0 Meadville at the half. We've had 4 scores in the third quarter.
Fireworks in the second half. Man, it's exciting.
14 Meadville.
Woo.
Down to 2:30 left in the third. First and 10 at the Bradford 37. Toss to Martin, angling to the right. 35 at the numbers. 30, 25. Tripped up inside the 20-yard line.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, boy.
Horse collar, Ray.
Collar, and Cavallero came up lame at the end of it for Bradford, too. He's hurt.
Yep. The one referee was going to throw it and put it back in his pocket. The referee further down the field whipped that flag out. That was a horse collar. Trevor didn't get hurt, but the tackler did. I hope he's not hurt seriously.
Trainers from Bradford are coming down as Nunzio Cavallero, the 6', 185-pound senior, leads the team with 3 interceptions as one of the corners hurt himself. And to add insult to the injury, he's going to get penalized for a horse collar.
Yeah, now to move it 15 yards, Ray, so that could put it inside the 10-yard line for the Dogs. And they're knocking on the door again.
Meadville right now taking a knee in front of Mike Filippa and the coaching staff. Bradford heading to the far side where Jeff Puglio waits in.
The whole Meadville team took a knee, including the kids on the sideline. And very interesting there. Like to see that, though. Meadville sideline looks like they lost a few this year, Ray.
When Cavallero fell out of bounds to the turf after that color, he kind of grabbed his midsection. He almost, when you look at something like that, of course, we don't like to play doctor, but you think maybe an oblique, rib cage.
You know, Ray,
pull.
that is interesting you said that, because until about 6 years ago, I never heard of that, the oblique. You know, I don't know what they called it back in the day, but boy, you hear that a lot today, and in a lot of different sports. You know, I've seen golfers actually pull their oblique muscles.
Cavallero was able to walk off the field under his own power, though.
Here comes the march off, Ray. Big penalty here. That's the second big penalty on this drive.
And because of where it happened, it's going to be half the distance to the goal line. So it's going to set up Meadville first and goal. Looks like they're going to place it at the 9. They will.
Okay.
Foster will line up as a wingback to the right. Harkness behind Minnis with Martin to his left in a split back set. And Schwader, single receiver to the left, first and goal from the 9. The toss to Trevor Martin, moving left now. And getting tackled inside the 5, down to close to the 3.
That was you know what Trevor did that time? He got the pitch. Instead of running outside, he ran right off the center's butt inside. Nice little hole inside. He cut it inside that way and picked up some good positive yards.
Second and goal from the 3.
That's when you're running with vision, Ray. Nice cut by Trevor Martin.
Foster and Harkness are the split backs, this time with Martin on the left wing, Schwader the single receiver. They gave it to Ryan Harkness into the end zone easily through a big hole. Touchdown Bulldogs.
Okay, we answered again, so it'll be 27-14 with the PAT coming. Patrick Adams with a strong leg coming out on the field. Good answer by the Dogs. Nice run by Ryan Harkness. Good blocking by the offensive line. And also good blocking by the backs tonight, too. All the backs are blocking for each other, and you love to see that.
Meadville goes 73 yards on that touchdown drive, capped off on the 3-yard touchdown run by Ryan Harkness, his 9th of the season. And jumping off that right side was Coriani, offsides against Bradford coming up.
Move it about a yard more.
Yep.
See if Coach wants to go for 2 here. May put the fake in right now, Ray.
27-14, Meadville back up again by 2 possessions. The 5th touchdown of this third quarter.
A lot of fireworks.
And Meadville will just kick it a yard in. A good job by Tyler Minnis handling a low snap, and Patrick Adams boots it through. 28-14, Meadville, 1:41 left in the third.
Patrick hit the net that time, Ray, so it came back out on the in the Meadville side. I'm sure AD John Fry's happy about that one. 28-14, Ray, and here we go. Now we're going to be kicking off.
Meadville trying to get to 500. Yeah, and Bradford offensively, they have the one big play, the 65-yard keeper by Yurkowitz. Other than that, they had good field position on their second touchdown, but Meadville, for the most part, has held them in check. But that big play still, at least, usually won a game, with the exception of the Franklin game last week. The kick return coverage, they got to come up big here, Mike.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they got to cover the kick. You got to stay in your lanes. You got to break down, find the ball, and hit and lift and wrap. And you got to wrap. You can't arm tackle.
Justin Fishkin is the deep back for Bradford. His brother Aaron, the senior, is at the 11-yard line to the right. And near side to the left is Coriani at the 12-yard line. So they have kind of a triangle run back set up with Justin Fishkin, the deep set back, and this time they pooch it to the right side. The ball slides, and it's dove on at the 18-yard line as one of the upbacks, and that was number 52, Ryan McCammon, who recovered it.
Yeah, good job by Patrick Adams, man. He picked out a spot, and he hit that one right along the carpet, and the Bradford Owl young man fell right on it. And high school ball, when you fall on it, you're down.
Both teams, Mike, had 9 possessions between them in the first quarter. This is the 7th offensive possession, or first half, excuse me. 9 possessions in the first half, 7 between both teams here in the third quarter.
Yeah, 9 in the first half and only 1 touchdown.
We've had 5 of them here in the third quarter. What a wild quarter. Yurkowitz from the pistol on 1st and 10 from his own 18. Running left to the 20. Sidesteps, broken tackle, breaks another one. 30-yard line and ran over the tackler at the end of the play. Trevor Martin, first down, Bradford at the 34.
3 missed tackles at the point of attack. He's a tough kid. He's a strong kid. You got to hit him around the knee, down to the ankle. Else this young man isn't going down. Just putting your shoulder into him is not going to bring him down, Ray.
16 yards on the play.
That's the play he scored the touchdown on.
Yes. Remember, Ryan Curry for Slippery Rock, their quarterback, broke a couple of long touchdowns on that same play. Again, out of the pistol with a jet series, Fishkin sidecar left. Yerkowitz throws over the middle, caught Coriani with a nice catch. Ball was thrown behind him, came back to it, caught it at the 46.
That was an outstanding catch. Good throw, good catch.
Sean Sifrin on the reception. I think I might have said somebody different. It was number 5, Sean Sifrin.
Getting more scores here soon, and I'll be giving them to you as we go to 1 minute left in the third quarter.
And if I did, I apologize, but Sifrin on the catch, the junior. First and 10, Bradford at their own 46-yard line, down to 52 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Yerkowitz wants Sifrin to come over in motion, and he gives him the handoff on the jet sweep. Sifrin trying to bounce it outside, won't get there, and has to fall forward back to the line of scrimmage at the 46.
I think what happened, Ray, when he told his receiver to get in motion there, kind of gave the play away, and the defense just slid down there.
Sifrin, tackled by Cyrus Miller.
2nd and 10,
Sifrin
20 seconds left.
Might have been excited after the last catch and thought, maybe I'm going to get another pass. And Matt Yerkowitz is yelling, hey, hey!
See if they get this off, Ray, before the quarter's over. 10
Down
seconds.
To 10 seconds left in the third. On a 2nd and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Coriani goes in motion, but the handoff to Aaron Fishkin into Meadville territory, tripped up near the 48-yard line, and that's how the third quarter will end. They won't have to go too far to switch ends at the Meadville 48, but through 3. Bulldogs 28, Bradford Owls 14 on the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network.